live stream! Yes, indeed, it is a random live stream. Now, typically I don't go live because I like to forestall any problems. But, you know, Session Strings Pro was so vast that I just needed to explore a little bit more with the sections that it has. Because unlike Session Strings 2, which we can load up really quick here, Session Strings 2, this is an 11-piece ensemble, and it just has one NKI here, or one instrument instance. If we go to Session Strings Pro 2, you have the basses, you have the modern basses, traditional basses, cello, modern and traditional, and then you have the ensemble, this is an ensemble, but this one is a 22-piece ensemble, and I thought it would be fun just to explore the sessions very quickly this morning. So this is a walkthrough, not a deep dive, and we'll start with the basses. Now, the modern and traditional, the main difference is just the seating placement, or where they sit in the stereo space. So these are basses, and in my hurry, I forgot to turn on my keyboard, so we'll let that power up. Actually turn both of them on, because why not? Okay, now this one this one is connected. Here we go. Now basses are, of course, the upright basses. So this is a section. It shows 2 basses. There's a little bit more than that. There may actually be about, if it's a 22-piece, I want to guess that there are 4 basses. Good old big one is not connecting with us this morning. That's all right. And it won't connect without a restart. I'm not going to restart the program, obviously. So, just like the main ones, we have all these fun articulations. And what this will enable you to do is give a bigger range, rather, of the instrument than you would have when it sits in ensemble layout, because there's more crossover in the ensemble. So this allows you to explore those. Now, all we have in the sections is the velocity switch and the key switch. Right now we're in key switch. We could actually have it be controlled with a continuous controller, like, let's see, which I don't have connected right now, so. But that would be something like your foot switch, and you could control the articulations with this as you step on the pedal. Well, this would be where you step, and it would control, and you can kind of change how it. You can change what selection it's making with a continuous control pedal. That it could be a ribbon controller, you know, all those kind of things. So we go to the velocity switch, with which we are familiar. We have accented at the top. We can put it to slide up. And that is the basses, our preset. Now we have all our presets over here. dry strings, analogy, so on and so forth. Just as the main ensemble part has sections. Now, okay, so there's bass 1 and bass 2. I believe these are sections. Still sounds like more than one bass to me. Be that as it may, that is the modern. We go forward to the traditional, which of course is just a seating position difference. Same thing with that. So now we have the celli, which is plural for cellos. Hear a little distortion as we go a little harder, which makes it sound real. Very cool. And legato, of course, means only solo lines. Okay, so we'll go to the traditional. This will sound slightly different because of the placement. In my headphones, I'm hearing more to my right. All right. Then we'll go over to our... Then we have the ensemble, which is, of course, everything. Start higher. Alright, so that's a traditional ensemble. Here where everything's placed. Alright. Now that's right, because of course it would be right, they programmed it right. But I'm just imagining the seating in my head here and hearing the strings over here on my left, which would be your right, and then the bass is over on the right, which is the way they seat them traditionally. And then see modern. Oh, let's go back to modern. Okay, modern, they're over here. The basses on the left, my left, your right. And then the strings more in the viola, violin on my right, your left. So that's just interesting that they chose to do that. Once again, you can turn them on and off if you want. And we can, excuse me, we can go to the velocity switch instead of the key switch. Now that there sounded like it was sidechained a little bit. Just by virtue of where the switch point is. So I can bring it down. Now the key switch, I would say, adds for a little more stability, like it will stay in whatever articulation you choose. And that can be nice for certain playing styles. So if you had a piece where you didn't need the whole ensemble, you just need the violas, you could do that here. All right. And then we will go and we will say, this is the traditional viola, so they're going to be over on this side again. Move on to our violins, modern. All right, we'll go to the traditional position. All right. And we're back to the modern basses again. So that's just the way the sections have to go down for the basses. All right, now, as usual, there are mixer effects. We can do some clever panning. Let me actually go back to the violins for that. Yeah, we'll go traditional. Why not? Okay. So you have a delay here. This is pre and post color mode. Okay. Post. So what's color? Color is the thing that happens over here. Right here. Okay, so right now, I was hoping there would be a pan switch. This is delay, this is reverb. We could change the volume. Okay, so here we could put their own compressor and EQ on them. We're currently on violin 1. So we can take that and we can say that we want to put this EQ on. Let's give that a little more air, way more air. That's a lot, but Then we come to violin 2. Oh, and that's dialed back by natural. Okay, cool. And is it turned on? Yeah, it is turned on because I turned it on. And that added just a little bit of difference to it. It's not a whole lot, but it's fun to play with those things. Then we have these I was going to say ADSR, but this is just the A and R, attack and release. So we can. Now they sound thinner because taking off the edge of the strings connecting with them at the beginning. Now EQ right now is on the bow. Put it on the wood, which enhances the mid-range with adjusted high and low shelves. That's not a nice part of this is a 3-band EQ, so up here would be a shelf. You can imagine like a section moving like my wrist is moving here. That will be a shelf. Bands tend to go like this, and they can be wider, they can be narrower. When they're narrower, they tend to be very pokey. Anyway, little side note there. Warmth, that adjusts to enhance the lower mid-range and adjusted high and low shelves. Okay. So I'm going to give them a lot of highs. It's just going to be gentle. And then, of course, we have our humanize, which we can, as we've seen before in the main ensemble thing, the pitch will be a little bit of travel, and then it's not right on at first. Timing. Now, timing is the one that usually gets me. So if anything, I humanize the pitch over the time, and not by much. That is, of course, me. You can choose however you want to do this. Then we have our delay. Now, delay is more like an echo, whereas reverb is just like the space. If I turn that off. You get just kind of the closer recording here. And then when you use them together, let's just do with the dry first. And add the delay. That's nice, but it's more like a repeater echo, so it sounds better with some space like this. And you can change how much it's doing that. So, and the slower you make the delay, like this, let's say 3/16. The more you turn the delay to the left, let's say, the more it will sound like a reverb. It sounds like a tight closet. So you hear a little bit of the slap, but yeah, it's so close that it sounds like a tight space there. And then we add the reverb back with it. All right, so this is adjust the overall delay level. Okay, so if it's here. Okay, so that's what return level does. Feedback. Adjust the number of repetitions. So that is a long loop. So we go back here. All right. All right, so I'm wondering if they're sourcing like a replica delay to do this. All right, so you get the idea with the effects here, and they're similar to the effects you get on the ensemble. I think there might be a little bit less of them. So we can find out when we go back here. It's the same number of effects. Very nice though that you can do all this with the shaping the sound. And here, of course, with the ensemble has more sections, so you could do more things to the different because it's all of the sections together. You can do more, combine more sounds, make a bigger sound. So that's just look at the sections, a bit of a walkthrough of how they work. You know, not rocket science or anything, just a little fun exploration into the additional sounds that can be found right here in Session Strings Pro 2. So that, I think, is the end of this. So I want to thank you for joining me for this fun little walkthrough, and see you in another video.